If you ask to a Pakistani whether you lost or won, you say, my chief has become field marshal, we must have won only, that's why he's become field marshal. This time also what happened, some good Samaritans, no names, nothing, came up because India exists all over the world and our diaspora is all over the world. And of course, if I can say that, picking up data from the social media and mobiles. There is another thing called as light situation. That, okay, where was the light on today? Where was the concentration of light was more, here or there? Now to get this kind of information, kind of process it, and come out with the inference, ki, okay, this is what artificial intelligence, that this is what it could be. This is what something is required. And you will find all these fields, you will play a very, very important role. Of course, we have lot many agencies, NTRO, ISRO, INT agencies, etc. And we realize that our platform which are common need to be much more empowered. So we are working towards that. And of course, we also need to strike a balance between the federated and centralized info flow. Because if you have centralized info flow in the cloud, then what happens? You will find that if that gets impacted, the only one, the reserve alternate which you have, that's all. But if you have a federated, then you'll find the local, at least region will not get impacted. Because that will have its own as well as having with the central server. So this is the kind of a thing which we are looking at. And that is where you'll find that all the three services have something called as centralization and decentralization. And a mix of that is something which is the orchestration of operations. The second one is narrative management system. So narrative management system is something which we realize in a big way because victory is in mind. It's always in mind. If you ask to a Pakistani whether you lost or won, you say, my chief has become field marshal, we must have won only, that's why he's become field marshal. So what I'm saying that this is how you can influence the population. So it is the domestic population, it is the adversaries population, and it is the neutral population. Can rising powers be accommodated? That's a question you have to ask. And you will get the answer yourself. So then we made inroads through our own way. And the narrative management system, by getting the social kind of a sensitive index, then getting to use the Twitters and other handles from other places. So the strategic messaging which was there was very, very important. And that's why the first messaging we did, that okay, justice done, Operation Sindoor. That hit the maximum, I am told, in the world today, the number of hits which received. So that was the strategic messaging by a simple message. And the logo which you see all over the world was created by a lieutenant colonel and a NCO. So we prepared all this. So when we were going in for this kind of Operation Sindoor operations, we were also going for these things because narrative management system is important. So what it means that when it comes to the technology, there is a technology here, there is a technology here. The big party would like to propagate a technology to be much, much better. And you will get influenced by it. And the smaller one will not have the money power to kind of propagate that. So that is where I think the narrative management system plays a role. And if we are able to kind of get in time, I assure you that we will be able to help out this kind of a smaller party also. As we dug through the OSINT, we could also declare the fake. And that's why with the IIT Guwahati also we have signed and for IIT Delhi also we have signed the MOUs on interacting or getting information from the OSINT. And this fake R stamping was something which was giving a great credibility. Now when we talk about the predictive analysis, I told you about the big leaders. But I think with this kind of a thing, we do not have time now because even the corps commanders will change, even the naval commanders will change on the other side. So we need to put in all this data and we should be able to see, okay, what is the thought process? What is he likely to do? No, predictive analysis is required. And that is where we all play a role in it.